This is Eyewitness News on LA56 with live breaking news.
Breaking news, a wild pursuit comes to an end in Palmdale. I'm Ellen Leyva in for Colleen Sullivan.
I'm David Ona. This is Eyewitness News on LA56, LA's only live local newscast at 7 p.m. There you see this pursuit, and look at him move. He's going 135 miles an hour. Right here, it's the 118 freeway. This started at about 5 p.m., and his rate of speed was like none we've ever seen. Then on surface streets, he tries to squeeze through traffic, literally going the wrong way down many streets, flying through intersections, not stopping at red lights. Look at this one, a very, very tight squeeze there as he gets through with oncoming traffic. And then on the old road, going the wrong way down this road for most of the way, passing up hundreds of cars. Then it's back on the freeway as he goes flying on through. And look at this, a wet street. He almost loses control. Actually, he does lose control. His back end comes all the way around, but then he gains it back right when a law enforcement vehicle comes in for a pit maneuver, and they collide. The suspect keeps going, though, and the next thing we see, all this during is stay in Palmdale. He goes through a security gate right here, appears to have the remote for it. He pulls over here. You'll see the door is open on the passenger side of the vehicle, and a passenger has then jumped out of the vehicle as takes off. We understand the Sheriff's Department did arrest that passenger. Then a pit maneuver was performed. The vehicle doesn't completely lose control, but loses enough control to where he can't regain it, and then he collides with vehicles sitting on the opposite side of this intersection, and this is where it stayed. Now keep watching here. You'll notice that police officers get out of their vehicles and they wave the people in that car that he hit to get out of the way. They clearly were in harm's way, especially if there was gunfire. They are able to move them out of the way, and then there's a problem of vehicles at the bottom of your screen. They try to get those vehicles to get out of the way. They block traffic further down the street, and it sat there for the better part of a half an hour. We go there, then. This is the conclusion of this pursuit that happened just a couple of minutes ago. You'll see the suspect finally, after all this waiting, gets out of this vehicle. He literally is told to get on his stomach, face forward, and then law enforcement basically has him crawl all the way back to them. I think there was some concern that maybe there were other people within the vehicle that they weren't sure of. So they had the suspect crawl all the way back to those vehicles, to the law enforcement vehicles. They took him into custody. They sent canines into the suspect's car, and it was deemed clear. Nobody else was in that pickup truck, and it was all over. This suspect has been taken into custody. We don't know who he is just yet, but we do know he was wanted for felony hit and run. We're going to continue to get more information. We have crews on the scene. This is a live picture of the scene right now where you see investigators are going through the suspect's vehicle. But as far as we know, there were no injuries, and this is very daring, very dramatic, high-speed pursuit. We'll have more for you.
And our other big story tonight is the wild weather that's sweeping through Southern California. It's bringing rain, snow, lightning, even a possible tornado. We have live Storm Track team coverage tonight. Meteorologist Jonathan Novak joins us and shows us where the storm is right now, plus news of more rain on the way. We begin with Alex Michelson live in Glendale with our wild weather video. Alex?
Well, Ellen, most of the rain has moved out from here, but the big story tonight is the cold. The interim LA County health officer has issued a cold weather alert because with wind chill, the temperature is going to feel below 32 degrees for many areas in Los Angeles County tonight. Now, as you said, it has been a day of wild weather. Perhaps the wildest weather video is from the Taft area. That is near Bakersfield. Check this out. It is a possible tornado touching down. Now, there's no official confirmation whether this actually was a tornado, though it certainly appears that way in this cell phone video. We got some more video of wild weather. You can see a lightning bolt strike near the helipad, sometimes used by Air 7 HD at our station in Glendale. We slowed this video shot by our own photographer, Stephen Coleman, and you can see that bolt. It rained off and on in Glendale all afternoon. The umbrellas were also out in Montrose as well. We're going to show you some video of that. At times, the rain has been pretty strong, but people we talked with seem happy about all the rain.
We've kind of had like a dry summer and winter, and so I think that it's great that we get a little bit of rain, and hopefully it will continue.
So I'm happy that it's raining finally, and I just hope it's enough to, cure some of the drought issues.
Well, it's her birthday, so it's a total disaster. But it's rain, so it's kind of good. I hope it's going to stop in an hour or two.
So that way you can have a birthday party?
Yeah.
Has it been a disaster so far?
Yeah.
Thankfully, that rain has let up. Hopefully, it's not going to be a disastrous birthday for 9-year-old Kira. As for tonight, though, again, the main story is the cold, and it may be a good idea to bring your pets inside if they are outside tonight. Reporting live from Glendale, Alex Michelson, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Alex, thank you. It's been a good storm for the local ski resorts with a lot of new snow and more coming down this evening. Inland Empire Bureau Chief Rob McMillan has the sights and sounds from Big Bear Lake.
Late this afternoon, some of the biggest snowflakes of the day started coming down.
We enjoy it. It's really nice. It's like winter wonderland here.
It's definitely helping Big Bear, I'd say. I mean, definite.
And for local businesses like the Copper Q, more snow means more money.
Oh, people flock. People flock up, which is always welcome. We need it.
Okay. Small caramel macchiato.
But the mountains I hear are amazing today. I was hoping to actually go, but I did have to work.
And this fresh layer of snow is essential for the ski and snowboard resorts. Is the snow good?
Yeah, I like it. All powdery and dry.
Okay.
I like it.
I think it's beautiful. It's snowing right now. I mean, couldn't ask for anything more. The sun's coming out a little bit, too. It's gorgeous.
For that, they really need to thank Mother Nature. In fact, without this storm, Snow Summit might have only stayed open for another couple of weeks. The snowpack was getting that thin.
I mean, even yesterday, just driving by here, there was big brown patches, and it was super dry, and now it's snow everywhere, and it's gorgeous.
We made plenty of snow over the Christmas period when it was so cold, but it's been dry, high and dry since then. And so to get this is exactly what skiers and snowboarders in Southern California have been waiting for. We're off and running again. Winter is back.
And it's been snowing off and on all day long up here in Big Bear Lake. The snowfall only intensifying as nightfall got here. Good news up here, the resorts will be open tomorrow, and Mountain High in Wrightwood will also be reopening tomorrow. In Big Bear Lake, Rob McMillan, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
So let's talk to Jonathan Novak right now because I'm spotting some green stuff still under down for Jonathan.
Yeah, we got some white, some green, and some snow still over the mountains. That was a cool sight to see with Rob out there in the snow. We really needed it, you guys in the mountains, and finally, something to talk about here. Let's look at that live Megalopolis 7000 HD. Have it on loop mode there for a moment just to show you things are pretty much staying steady over Big Bear Lake with that snowfall. We can expect a few more inches tonight, in fact, over Big Bear and Wrightwood, Mount Baldy right there. You see where those areas of white are showing up over the radar. That's snow. And then we see some of the yellows here around San Bernardino. That's rain. In fact, that's moderate rainfall. Elsewhere, light to moderate rainfall from about Fontana over to Redlands and Crestline. So still a wet evening for some of us. A lot of us are drying up around Van Nuys and Thousand Oaks and Ventura. Real quick look at the snowfall totals, and you see we've had anywhere from about 3 up to 8 inches at Mount Baldy and Mount High. We'll take a look at the rainfall forecast for the rest of the area coming up in that full 7 day.
Jonathan, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sheriff's deputies are tracking down a series of tips and other leads in a weekend hit and run in Norwalk involving a party bus. No arrests yet. Hit and run happened at Fairford and Ratliff. Eyewitness News reporter Melissa McBride has the very latest.
Surveillance video shows the party bus just seconds after it struck and dragged 26-year-old Efren Virgin about 200 feet. The 1998 E450 was southbound on Fairford Avenue early Saturday morning with passengers on board.
They didn't know a collision had occurred. They found out about it and contacted us once they saw news footage.
Sheriff's detectives say the owner of the bus, who was not the driver, contacted them this morning after watching the news over the weekend.
The owner actually saw the news reports and put 2 and 2 together that he had a bus that was dropping off people in the area.
The surveillance video from Rock of the Nations Church also shows a car pull over after seeing the accident and Virgin in the middle of the street. The witness and residents called 911. The church didn't know about the hit and run until Virgin's family came by.
Naturally, then we, reviewed the video and we didn't have any action up until 2 o'clock. And then 2 o'clock onwards, we see some movements in the outside area.
Virgin is out of a medically induced coma at St. Francis Medical Center and is talking to his family.
I asked him if he remembers anything. He says no.
I asked him if he knows where he was at. He says at that point he doesn't know.
Samuel Virgin says his brother has broken ribs and a fractured pelvis. The family is just relieved he'll recover, especially Efren's 7-year-old daughter.
Has a couple broken bones, but he's okay. She goes, so my daddy's broken. No, your daddy's not broken, baby. Your daddy's okay.
Virgin will undergo surgery on Wednesday. The party bus is being held as evidence at a local tow yard. Reporting in Norwalk, I'm Melissa McBride, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
A desperate plea from the families of 3 missing British girls believed to be headed to Syria to join ISIS. The teenage girls, said to be straight-A students, disappeared nearly a week ago. Authorities believe they boarded a Turkish Airlines plane to Istanbul. Their family said there were no signs that the girls were interested in extremism or had planned to go abroad.
And we just want her to come home. If you watch this, baby, please come home. Mum needs you more than anything in the world. You're our baby, and we just want you home. We want you safe.
Turkish and British authorities are working to find the girls. British authorities say at least 500 people have left for Syria to join extremists and fear they pose a terrorism threat when they return.
A court appearance today for a young Las Vegas man accused in a high-profile shooting death.
Up next, the charges he's facing as his lawyer says this was not road rage.
Take a look at this. A giant sinkhole opens up as commuters step off their train. They seem to vanish out of thin air. So what happened to them?
And on the red carpet after the Oscars, our entertainment guru, George Pinocchio, shares some of his favorite celebrity moments.
A 19-year-old man accused of gunning down a Las Vegas mother of 4 makes his first court appearance. Woman's husband says this isn't a deadly case of road rage, and as ABC's Ted Rollins tells us, the defense agrees.
Standing in shackles, 19-year-old Eric Nosh didn't speak during his first court appearance in Las Vegas Monday morning. Nosh is accused of killing mother of 4 Tammy Myers in what police initially described as a road rage murder. But Nosh's lawyer, in an exclusive interview with ABC, says that's not what happened.
There was no original road rage situation between Tammy Myers and Crystal Myers and anybody.
Police believe that Myers was giving her 15-year-old daughter Crystal driving lessons when Nosh and another man in a silver Audi threatened them, sparking what ended up as a gun battle between Nosh and Myers' 22-year-old son Brandon. Tammy Myers went to get her son to track down Nosh and the other man after the initial encounter. Myers was shot in the head after an exchange of gunfire in the cul-de-sac in front of her home.
The facts seem to point to self-defense in this situation. It seems to explain the facts that we have in front of us more sensibly than any other explanation.
Nosh, who's facing several charges, including murder and attempted murder, didn't enter a plea Monday. The judge scheduled a preliminary hearing in the case for March 10th.
Las Vegas police are still looking for the other suspect who was with Nosh at the time of the shootings. Ted Rollins, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Caught on camera in South Korea, a sidewalk opens and swallows two people. Take a look. This was at a train station in Seoul. The man and woman had just gotten off the train, took a couple of steps, and then down they went. The hole was nearly 10 feet deep. But fortunately, they suffered only minor injuries. No word yet on how or why this happened.
Looks painful. Let's begin with Jonathan Novak. He is tracking still some rain outside.
Some rain, got some snow, folks. Live Megadolphin 7000 HD. Man, it's just been such a tough winter. Finally, can give you some snow over Big Bear. Got some video for you earlier today. Our time lapse there. Beautiful sight to see. I would say the Northeast, they've had plenty of that. I would say, look at these beautiful images back home. They've had that all winter. So for us, it's been pretty dry lately, but this is finally one of two systems this week we're looking at. Live Megadolphin 7000 HD showing still some snow right now. That's right over the Big Bear area, all the way over to Wrightwood and as you head over toward Wrightwood and Mount Baldy. And that's going to be the case for tonight in through, I'd say, maybe early morning time as the snow continues to taper off. Maybe 3-4 inches still to go for this evening. Otherwise, it's rain around San Bernardino, Crestline, and that rain will continue for a little while longer before tapering off as well. So with that in mind, there is winter storm warning that's in place until 9 p.m., and then also this blue area, that's actually winter weather advisory for the mountains of LA and Ventura County. So the winter storm warning is for San Bernardino and Riverside County mountains. What that basically means is as we get through about 9-10 p.m., all that stuff will start really tapering off, and we'll be done with it a little past midnight, I'd say. So the totals from today, rainfall totals, 1.29 in Pasadena was the top end. Wow. Good for you guys. 0.7 in downtown LA, and Santa Clarita hit 0.42 inches of rain for the totals today. This is an area low pressure that has been the rainmaker over the last 2 days, and it's going to be lifting away over the next 24 hours, and as it does so, it's going to pull that rain along with it. And another perspective here shows that off to the east, that trough will pull away, and off to the west will be another ridge of high pressure for a few days, and that means dry weather for at least the first half of the forecast. And then we'll start seeing another storm system for the weekend. Check it out here in the future scan. There's the low I just made mention of. It's getting out of here by Tuesday night. It's off in Texas. Wednesday, we start seeing this ridge build into the west, and by Thursday, we're seeing some mild weather, pretty pleasant overall. Here's what happens going into the weekend. Another storm system starts diving south on Friday, another cold one. This isn't like one of the ones we had earlier in the season down to the south. This is one that's going to bring some colder air, maybe some showers and some snow for Friday into Saturday and Sunday. So good stuff there as we head in toward the end of the week. So for tonight, another few inches if possible for the snow in the mountains. Otherwise, temperatures are going to be pretty cold. 40s around the beach. Check it out, 7-day forecast. For LA Metro and Orange County, 40s for you as well. And then tomorrow, mild and breezy and dry. We've got 3 days of beautiful weather, and the clouds roll back in as we go through Friday and Saturday. Chance of rain as we go through Saturday as well, about 60%. Valleys, IE, sunny and breezy for tomorrow, and then the weekend as well for you. We're cooling it back down, bringing the rain chances back in for Saturday and even into Sunday. And the beach is just fantastic, 66 tomorrow, 69 on Wednesday, and then the rain chances there for you as well. And then we go through the mountains, we go through the high desert. You guys are looking for a breezy day tomorrow, a little cold in the morning. It's going to be 19 in the mountains to start it off, 41 for a high, 30s for highs this weekend, and some snow over 5,000 feet. In the high desert, you're looking for a breezy day and a cold one tomorrow to start it off. Temperatures aren't back into the 70s until Thursday for you. We'll have more weather coming up in a few minutes. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. We have breaking news, actually more on that wild pursuit. We want to show you this video. Remember this when the suspect pulled over and a passenger got out of the car and took off. Well, from what we understand, that passenger ran into a house. We'll show it to you one more time. Suspect, car door opens, the suspect gets out, takes off. That was the passenger. Now let's take you live to Palmdale, a house in Palmdale. We believe this house is where that passenger ran into. Now, we understand that that passenger is in custody, but police are still there because of a situation going on inside the house. Bill Thomas joins us now and picks up the story in Air 7 HD. Bill?
David, that house right now is surrounded by LA County Sheriff's deputies, CHP officers as well. The house sits on Cinnabar in Palmdale. As you mentioned, the female who got out of the Ford F-150 in the middle of that chase got out, made a ran for it. She has been taken into custody, as you mentioned. Sheriff's deputies, we've seen them go in and out of that house. Not sure who they're trying to contact, not sure what's happening in that house, but they're paying a lot of attention to the house, not only inside, but they're surrounding the perimeter of that home as well. And as soon as we find out more about what they've got going on in that house, we'll get right back to you. Reporting live from Air 7 HD, I'm Bill Thomas, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Bill, thank you very much. Well, the Oscars are a wrap for another year, and now the cleanup is underway. 87th Oscars at the Dolby Theater are history. Red carpet is gone. The grand statues are going back to storage. The grandstands and stages are being taken down. However, Hollywood Boulevard will remain closed between Orange Drive and Highland Avenue for cleanup until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. And the award for the biggest social media moment goes to the tribute to The Sound of Music performed by Lady Gaga. The salute to the film's 50th anniversary featured a medley of tunes and a special appearance by Julie Andrews herself. Both Twitter and Facebook report it was their most talked about Oscar moment. And every year during our live pre-show on KABC, nominees show up to talk to our George Pinocchio after we go off the air. Well, here's some of his favorite moments that you didn't get to see.
Gee, Eddie, I love your tux. I love yours. We coordinated. Oscar Gold meet Midnight Blue. And in her Alexander McQueen gray, Eddie Redmayne's leading lady in The Theory of Everything felt like a princess.
I'm very, very, very lucky, but their skill is just tremendous.
Hearing that tells me that you feel like Cinderella right now.
I do, definitely.
Willow Bay, the director of the USC Annenberg School of Journalism and the wife of Disney's #1 man, Bob Iger, chose to highlight the studio's next Star Wars movie.
The anticipation is building. We thought that Yoda should have his moment on the red carpet in anticipation of December.
And I had this moment with nominee Robert Duvall about his tuxedo.
I can't say the name of the guy who made this. I usually tell Joan Rivers it was a rental, but this Xenia.
Actress Viola Davis and her actor husband Julius Tenen had the cameras flashing. And while she flashed me a smile, she was tight-lipped about the upcoming season finale of How to Get Away with Murder.
Like I tell people, I don't know how to get away with murder, so I would have to kill you if I told you.
Well, don't kill me, just have fun. Also having fun, Miles Teller and his girlfriend Kelly.
She really wants to meet Miley. I don't know.
Miley Cyrus?
And she told me if she meets...
He's not allowed to say that out loud.
It's okay.
Cover blown.
She said if she meets her, you got to play it cool.
Selma director Ava DuVernay is having her best year ever.
Ava's a 9-year-old little black girl in Compton, loves films always, never thought I could make them. Last time I was here, I was a publicist walking my nominee down the red carpet, Jennifer Hudson from Dreamgirls. It was a great time, now I feel like a dream girl.
Also the topic of Oscar conversation, family.
It's a night for celebration for us three, and it's amazing. It's a wonderful feeling to know we've got an unborn child that we're taking to the Oscars.
Oscar winner J.K. Simmons brought his wife and both of their children to celebrate his good fortune.
He has all of his trophies in their bathroom right now, and whenever I walk in, I just see them and I'm like...
I've got my dad with me, and that's a dream come true.
Hi, Dad. Hi, how you doing? Proud of your daughter?
Oh, you can't even imagine.
You're going to cry, aren't you?
I always do.
George Pinocchio, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
I think that was my favorite part, seeing the dad there.
Yeah.
He was so happy.
Really nice.
Up next, meet America's newest multimillionaire.
This young single mom hit the $564 million Powerball jackpot. Her message today to her children.
Plus, where a long line of animal lovers is forming for a chance to adopt dogs victimized in a major animal cruelty case. A single mother of four in North Carolina officially became the newest Powerball jackpot winner. 26-year-old Marie Holmes was introduced at a news conference in Raleigh. Holmes had one of three winning tickets from the February 11th Powerball jackpot of $564 million. When she found out she won, she jumped up and down, scaring her children, one of whom has cerebral palsy.
Anything my kids ask for, I can actually get it for them, and I don't have to tell them no.
Are you going to tell them no, though?
Yes.
Holmes chose the $127 million lump sum payment before taxes. She said she wants to travel to all 50 states, but first Paris. The other two winning jackpot tickets were sold in Texas and Puerto Rico.
Good for her. We're updating the evening's top stories next at 7:30, including an update on the wild high-speed pursuit.
Plus more on the Oscars and how one star's remarks on immigration triggered a backlash on social media.
Plus fashion controversy. Is a trendy clothing chain encouraging girls to drop out of school?
This is Eyewitness News on LA56 with live breaking news.
Our top story at 7:30, an update on some breaking news. A wild pursuit comes to an end in Palmdale.
I'm Ellen Leva in for Colleen Sullivan. This is Eyewitness News on LA56, LA's only live local newscast at 7:30 p.m. Pursuit started about 5 this evening in Northridge. A suspect hit a pedestrian and is wanted for a felony hit and run. The Ford F-150 pickup truck was going more than 100 miles an hour at times, nearly missing several cars. Suspect spins out several times, at one point hitting a police unit, then taking off. After about an hour, the suspect drives onto residential streets in Palmdale, where he eventually lets off a passenger who makes a run for it. That truck then goes into the wrong lane, and officers try a pit maneuver. Suspect fishtails for a bit, but then the driver keeps going, crashing head-on into another car. Authorities swarm the car as passengers from the other vehicle get out and make a run for it. And just about a half hour ago, the suspect finally gets out of that truck and is taken into custody. And now here's a live look at the house in Palmdale where the pursuit suspect dropped off a female passenger. She was taken into custody, and now a man inside the house won't come out. He is currently in a standoff with authorities.
Well, plus, we are on storm track as rain continues to fall across Southern California as we saw some lightning right outside of our new station in Glendale. In Montrose, though, people broke out their umbrellas to fend off the wet weather. And farther up north, a possible twister was caught on camera. Well, first of all, let's go back to that lightning. That's our station right there. You can see that lightning bolt. There's the umbrellas. Folks in Montrose going about their day. It wasn't bad at all. There's a tornado caught on camera. That we understand that was near Bakersfield. Rain turned into snow in Big Bear Lake. Snow Summit getting more than 6 inches of fresh powder. Beautiful up there.
And Oscar night has come and gone, and that means the cleanup is well underway in Hollywood. Crews are busy breaking down the bleachers and taking down all the special decorations outside the Dolby Theater. Hollywood Boulevard will remain closed until tomorrow morning.
Well, many people are still talking about last night's politically charged Oscar awards, and one of the most talked about moments of the night was the announcement of the biggest award, Best Picture. Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes shows us Sean Penn's controversial comments and how it sent a fury of backlash on social media.
Birdman. With 3 Oscars in the bag, director Alejandro González Iñárritu was the film world's big winner this year, and the Mexico native used his acceptance speech to address immigration reform here in the U.S.
I just pray that they can be treated with the same dignity and respect of the ones who came before and built this incredible immigrant nation. Thank you very much.
The Birdman director also pushed for his fellow Mexicans to work to build a better government in Mexico. The use of the Oscar stage to highlight a social issue, a common theme last night, says entertainment journalist Jeannie Wolf.
When Iñárritu says, let's have the new immigrants treated with the same respect as the immigrants who made this country, it's very exciting, very moving, but it sticks with you.
Meantime, Sean Penn's announcement of Iñárritu's Best Picture Award,
who gave this son of a bitch's green card,
generating an explosion of reaction on social media. Tico Alejandro tweeting, I for one thought the comment was in poor taste. Melissa V saying, am I the only Hispanic that didn't get offended by the Sean Penn comment on the Oscars yesterday?
I was offended by him being there. I was offended by him saying that. I really just didn't care for anything that he was saying that evening.
I don't think he meant ill by it, but I don't really think it was that appropriate.
But Wolf says Penn and Iñárritu are close friends and collaborators, having worked together on 2003's critically acclaimed film, 21 Grams.
I can understand that in these sensitive times, people might take it badly. But Iñárritu comes back and says, we're tough on each other. We're very good friends. You should hear the things we really say to each other.
And after the Oscar show, in the press room, when asked about the comment, Iñárritu quickly diffused the controversy.
I found it hilarious.
Rob Hayes, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
U.S. government is asking a federal judge to lift his temporary hold on President Obama's executive action on immigration. Motion for a stay was filed today in a Texas court. Last week, Judge Andrew Hannon issued a preliminary injunction to stop the president's action. Mr. Obama wants to protect as many as 5 million undocumented immigrants from deportation. If the judge puts his ruling on hold during the appeal, the action would be allowed to go forward while the lawsuit proceeds through the courts.
We're learning more about what caused the explosion at the ExxonMobil refinery in Torrance last week. Investigators say it was triggered by too much pressure in the equipment, but the cause of the overpressure is still being looked into. The blast jolted nearby residents, many saying it felt like a small earthquake. Thankfully, there were only minor injuries. Officials say the blast is partially to blame for rising gas prices in Southern California. And speaking of, today, in the LA Long Beach area, the average price of a gallon of regular gas is $3.07. That's up 18 cents in the past week and up 58 cents from 1 month ago. Drivers in Orange County, on average, are paying $3.06 a gallon. It's a nickel cheaper in the Inland Empire at $3.01 a gallon.
Retailer Brandy Melville is under fire again, this time for a controversial message on one of its latest T-shirts. The shirt reads, "Drop out of school," and many feel the message isn't appropriate for the demographic that shop at that store. Eyewitness News reporter Giovanna Lotta has more on the retail controversy.
Drop out of school. That's the controversial message on a T-shirt sold to young girls that prompted a local mom to take action against one of the fastest growing brands among teens, Brandy Melville.
At first I was like,
really? And I looked at it, and I saw that the customer service number they were open, and I called them.
Allison Herbert, a longtime friend and mother of 2 tween-age daughters, says she was shopping on the Brandy Melville website for a gift card when she saw the shirt and couldn't believe what it said.
I was so incensed that I wrote an email and shared it with my friends.
Herbert says her friends were outraged as well and pledging to shop elsewhere.
I'm surprised at the message. I don't see the point. It's so much easier to promote something positive, especially to young girls that believe in love and peace and supporting each other. I think that's a better message, and that's one that I want to support.
The T-shirt flap isn't the first controversy to strike the clothing brand from Italy. Last year, the retailer came under fire for making the majority of their clothes in one size, small. The message in this case was loud and clear to Brandy Melville. They removed the offensive T-shirt from the website within hours of the complaint.
I think the mom kind of did the right thing because she didn't want her child to drop out of school and listen to them, because they have a lot of shirts with those messages. I mean, I don't know if people listen to them, but they are kind of wrong sometimes.
We contacted Brandy Melville this afternoon with several questions, but they only responded with an email telling us the T-shirt had been removed from their website. In Santa Monica, Giovanna Lara, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
We have sad news to report about a lost sea lion pup rescued in Marina del Rey. A pup fondly named Walter by the people who rescued him has died. He was found wandering around an apartment complex last week, completely out of his natural habitat. Vets say he looked emaciated and was clearly disoriented and scared when he was brought to the Marine Mammal Center.
Walter came in at a weight that was only a few pounds more than what a newborn healthy pup would be. So you can see that 7 months later, these animals really are in a state of nutritional stress. And Walter had a very severe case of pneumonia as well.
The center has seen a tremendous uptick in stranded sea lions last month. They have more pups than they can treat, and traditional stranding season for elephant seals is coming up. Officials say the center is already overcrowded.
Well, a video posted on Facebook of a dog being dragged through an animal shelter is prompting a special city council meeting tonight in Hesperia. The person who recorded the video claims the woman dragging this dog is an employee at the shelter. The video has caused an uproar by animal advocates. The city is now investigating the incident. Hesperia Mayor Eric Schmidt has called a special meeting tonight to address the public's concerns. Meantime, nearly 200 rescued dogs, the victims of a major animal cruelty case, go up for adoption today. There are so many, and there has been so much interest in them, that the adoptions are being held in multiple shelters. Inland Empire reporter Leticia Waters has more.
Everybody just line up against the building.
A chaotic scene as dozens of people lined up to draw numbers in a lottery.
We've had busy days, but not like this.
But this is no typical day at the San Bernardino County Animal Shelter in Devore. 3 weeks ago, the shelter took in nearly 200 dogs, rescued from an abandoned home in Lucerne Valley. They were found in deplorable conditions, but today they are finding new homes.
And I did win one. I won a Chihuahua.
The line is great. I mean, if we could do this every day, there would be a home for every dog and a dog for every home.
But not everyone enjoyed the process. Ollie Johnson came early to be the first in line, only to learn it would not be first come, first served.
I'm stuck here fighting in a lottery for a dog.
Her emotions hitting a high point after her number came up.
I'm crying. I'm very, very happy. I didn't think that I was going to get the dog. I've been doing this for a month already.
Her tears of joy soon turned to those of frustration.
No. That's not the dog. I'm sorry.
After hours of waiting came the happy ending for 13-year-old Andrew Brandt. He'd been saving up for summer camp for almost a year when he decided to buy a dog.
Pretty awesome, because there was a lot of people wanting Yorkies, and I was on the verge of just go sitting in the car because I was super sad.
But it was worth the wait.
Overwhelming. I don't know what to say. I'm so happy.
For those lucky enough to pull a dog out of the lottery, they have to wait just one more day. That's because the dogs must be spayed and neutered before they can go home. Reporting from the Devore Shelter, Leticia Waters, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
And up next, an ABC exclusive, a high-stakes surgery to separate conjoined twins. A closer look inside the operating room.
Plus the iconic Hollywood sign as we've never seen it before. The awesome footage from our first-of-its-kind drone cam.
Still some rain out there, still some snow. When does it move out? And the next storm in your 7-day forecast is coming up.
Now to an ABC News exclusive, an extraordinary undertaking tonight in Texas.
A high-stakes surgery, more than 24 doctors and nurses, a 26-hour surgery to separate two little girls, conjoined twins, just 10 months old. ABC's Juju Chang takes us inside the OR.
Madeline and Adeline Mata have lived face-to-face, sharing every breath since they were born conjoined 10 months ago. Their mother hoping to hold them each individually for the first time. But first, they must endure a complex, highly risky operation. 12 surgeons, 10 months in the making, costing millions of dollars. The doctors here at Texas Children's Hospital in Houston working in uncharted waters. The twins are conjoined from the rib cage down to their pelvis. Some of their internal organs, like their livers, are fused together.
We have to separate things, and then we have to put them back together. We have to reconstruct them.
When you think about the potential risks, what goes through your mind?
Sadness. I just don't want to lose them. And I know there's that risk, but I have this peace of mind, this faith in God that He's got control of it.
And you have faith in the doctors as well.
I do.
The Mata family waits anxiously during the 26-hour surgery. And 16 hours in...
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, separate. Okay, we have
The girls' future looks bright. 2, 3. A true testament to their middle names. Hope and faith. Juju Chang, ABC News, Houston.
And tonight they're optimistic that the surgery was a success, so that's good news from the doctors.
Yeah, that's such a dramatic story.
Yeah,
wish him the best.
Well, what's next for our wild weather? Jonathan Novak is tracking rain and snow with a live Megadoppler 7000 HD. His complete forecast is up next.
Plus, more Oscar news, what the Academy is saying about the decision to leave Joan Rivers out of the In Memoriam tribute.
That's not about the Oscars, but it wasn't a nominee. Many fans are upset comedian Joan Rivers didn't make the in memoriam montage. The segment honored those in the film industry who died in 2014, and fans quickly noticed that Rivers didn't get a tribute. The Academy says Rivers is included in an online in memoriam gallery on its website, Oscar.com, adding that they couldn't fit everyone into last night's segment. Whoopi Goldberg, who has hosted the Oscars 4 times in the past, doesn't agree with the decision and let off a little steam today on The View.
It doesn't matter how many actors it is, or directors, or producers, or wardrobe people. Name them all. This is their moment. And everybody else can take a second and give up a second in their rap.
Rivers, who died in September, was a fixture on Oscars red carpet pre-shows and appeared in several films.
Well, there's at least one theoretical physicist who had a good Oscar night. Stephen Hawking. He took to Facebook to congratulate Eddie Redmayne for winning Best Actor for his portrayal of Hawking in The Theory of Everything. Hawking may be proud of Redmayne, but he's worried about the rest of us. He recently said that he fears that the human race could be destroyed by unchecked human aggression. He said he'd like to see people replace aggression with empathy.
Using new technology to improve the viewer experience, check out the Hollywood sign like you've never seen it before. During our Oscar pre-show yesterday, we brought you these images from Mount Lee live using a drone. It's believed to be the first time a local station in LA has done a live shot using a drone during a live broadcast. Pretty neat stuff.
Oh yeah, drones get some amazing video. In the meantime, let's talk about a weather because there was a lot of rain out there today, Jonathan, and still some tonight.
Yeah, we still have some rain, some snow. We had possibly some tornadic activity up to the north of us, Lost Hills. This was sent in from someone who Tiger saw that up there around north of Bakersfield. So that was some little bit of a rough weather today north of us. We had snow, we had some rain, we had about an inch plus in Pasadena. That was at the real top end of the scale, but other than that, it was about a half of an inch to an inch. The snow, we've had upwards of 8+ inches of snow. Big Bear Lake, check it out. You are still seeing some decent snowfall right now and extending over toward Wrightwood and Mount Baldy. You too, still some echoes on that radar. South of the mountains here, we head toward San Bernardino, down toward Ontario, just east of that area. We have some rain, light rain, and it's starting to taper off. I think over the next few hours, we'll see that trend continue. The snowfall totals were like this: 6, Green Valley Lake; 8, Mount Baldy and Mount High. I mean, just a fantastic day today in terms of snowfall, and we still have a little bit more to go. You could still see another 1 to 3 inches in the mountains of LA and Ventura County, maybe some more here around Big Bear as the night goes on, and that's why this is winter storm warning is in place for you guys. This is a winter weather advisory that goes through at 9 p.m. tonight. So after about 9 p.m., we'll really start seeing that stuff wind down. And then as we head to tomorrow, we look to the next system for the weekend. And in between, beautiful weather. So this is the low that was causing some of the last 48 hours of rain and snow, and as it lifts away, pulls away, high pressure builds in for a few days, and that's going to mean some really nice weather for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And this is the future scan, and it shows you that the pattern is going to set up just right for some 70s in LA, some mostly sunny skies in the afternoon. But then on Friday, we look to the northwest of us, and another storm system starts developing and diving south. This is Friday at 4 p.m., so by Saturday, that's going to reach us and bring that chance of rain back into play, which we need. We really need it. I know it's a weekend, but we got 60% chance of rain. We will take it. 62 on Saturday. Until then, it's beautiful in LA. And your 7-day forecast for the Valley's IE, sunny, a little breezy tomorrow. Mid-70s on Wednesday and Thursday, fantastic. And then a coolish Friday before we really cool down on Saturday. That chance of rain kicks back into high gear on Saturday and even into Sunday, too. So hopefully we can add on to what we already had the last couple of days. The beach, very nice for a few days here. 70 by Thursday, we're climbing up. And then it looks like Saturday and Sunday will be another cool couple of days with the rain chances out and the clouds really thick for the beach area. The mountains, you've got the winds to contend with tomorrow, but the snow will be out of the picture for Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, very mild, and then the weekend back into the 30s, more snow and more rain to talk about for you for the weekend ahead in the high desert as well. Looking for a breezy forecast for tomorrow and then this weekend. Chance of rain back in place for the high desert. Dallas has more on ABC7 at 11.
All right, Jonathan, thank you.
You're welcome.
Baseball now. After serving his 162-game suspension for his PED use, Alex Rodriguez made his highly anticipated return to the Yankees days ahead of schedule, and there's still a segment of Yankee fans that still love him. Rodriguez signed autographs for about 15 minutes, and then he went through an hour workout, which included batting practice, where he hit 6 of 71 balls out of the yard. Afterwards, he told the media that he's excited to be back in the game and repentant for his actions.
I've dug a big hole for myself and paid a price, and I'm fortunate for a lot of people, especially the commissioner's office, the players union, the Yankees. to give me an opportunity to play the game that I love.
You know, what has happened the last 2 years? What would you do differently?
Oh, we don't have enough time for that. There was plenty of mistakes along the way. I cringe sometimes when I look at some of the things I did.
Rob Kazaki is headed to the Phoenix area tonight. Over the next couple of days, he'll be with both the Dodgers and the Angels at spring training. And Rob will have live reports starting tomorrow on Eyewitness News at 5 and 6 p.m. Yesterday, 24-year-old Joey Logano won the Great American Race, becoming the second youngest to take the checkered flag at the Daytona 500. The victory earned Logano an automatic berth in the championship race. Logano, married in December, lost his wedding ring on his honeymoon while kayaking in Costa Rica. The newlywed was asked what he was going to do with his Daytona 500 ring.
I hope I don't lose this one. This one's harder to replace, I think. Well, I take that back. I screwed up there. Hang on. Well,
insert foot here.
Hang on. Well, what I meant to say. Well, she's still here with me. It's just a symbol. She's with me all the time, no matter what. She would be impossible to replace.
There you go.
That's how you redeem yourself.
Clearly, he's a newcomer in the world of marriage. Logano placed the Daytona Championship ring next to his bed while he slept with the trophy, and of course, his wife Brittany is still around.
Oh, for now.
For now.
More news straight ahead here on 7:30. And ahead tonight on Eyewitness News at 11 on ABC7. The picture that could put your family at risk. The new technology that could make it easy for someone to get into your home. Plus a violent carjacking on a local college campus. The warning tonight. Love these stories and all the late breaking news on Southern California's #1 late newscast, Eyewitness News at 11 on ABC7. 70 years ago today, 5 Marines and a Navy corpsman raised the American flag on Iwo Jima. Remember this historic photo taken on February 23rd, 1945? It shows the flag being planted atop Mount Suribachi during the World War II Battle of Iwo Jima. The picture was taken by Joe Rosenthal and would become one of the most recognizable and reproduced images in history. It has been 70 years since its original publication.
Well, finally tonight, Bikram yoga is ideally practiced in a room heated to more than 100 degrees. So what would you call yoga done in below freezing temperatures? Not smart,
good.
maybe. This yoga class drew quite a crowd over the weekend in Minneapolis. It was being taught in an outdoor mall. You don't see many yoga pants in this class. They were all bundled up for snow yoga or snoga. Participants didn't break a sweat, they broke a frost, but it was all for a good cause to raise money for the local hospital. I would pull a muscle.
Yeah, and I'd fall over where it almost closed.
Yeah, totally. That would be painful. But
Thanks
more power to them.
Yeah, thank you for joining us for Eyewitness News on 7:30 on LA56. Law and Order SCU is next on LA56.
Eyewitness News continues at 11 p.m. We'll see you later.
Good night.